Coach, you take the early lead, and as that first period wears on, they're able to get that goal late in the first and then early on in the second. But your team battled back so hard in that second period. What do you have to say about that second period effort?
Extremely proud of the effort. I'm not sure what else to say.
Going up against a former player, you've got person in net, or they've got person in net. What kind of emotions does that bring going up against the former goalie?
You'd have to ask them that. I've got my own opinions on the whole thing, so you'd have to ask the players. I mean, I'm sure for Hampus, for Drasner, those are roommates. Yeah, I don't. It's not the same for me. I just kind of have to stand there, and the transfer portal is a whole other conversation. So you'd have to ask the players what they think of playing against their old teammate.
You guys scored a couple of goals and some scramble type plays. You had a couple goals off the rush. What can you say about tonight and being able to finish on those chances and how that kept you guys in the game and had you guys with the lead?
Yeah, I again, great effort. Great. The only thing I would say, I'm not sure what's going on in the first and last minute of periods. It's one of our objectives. We gave up 2 at Duluth on Friday, 3 tonight. That's something that's concerning, but it's one of those. I'm not sure how much you put into it right now. As far as us, I so many things I liked. So many things that I like tonight. Unfortunately, we got guys playing too many minutes. We got guys playing minutes that are not necessarily what they're used to, just as far as matchups too. When I say, when you've got as many people out as we've got out, and then to give an effort like that, I don't think you say too many negative things. I just don't. Our goaltender played well. Our kids played as hard as they could. They've got a really good team with really good players. And once again, they made one more play than we did.
Tanya Beiser finally cracked the lineup last week. He was in the lineup again today and saw a lot of good things from him. He set up that first goal. I guess for Red Hawk fans who this was their first of seeing him, what was your assessment of his play and how do you think that matches up to who he is as a player?
I thought it was great. Where you start with Tanyan is who he is as a human being. He's a big time human being. He's a kid from Ohio who wanted to be at Miami and has waited all year long to get his opportunity. Unfortunately, that opportunity from our program perspective comes with injury. Fortunately for him, that's why you have extra bodies around, right? And what you do with the opportunity is up to you. And I thought he did great.
Bruno was phenomenal in net tonight. I mean, he's a young guy taking advantage of a chance to play in starting minutes. I mean, what do you say about his play and how he's taken on that role?
It's really hard to put into words how proud I am with a bad result. And people can say what they want about me with the results. Let them say it. That is the effort that I'm looking for. And Bruno's was outstanding. Bruno's going to be just fine. We know that. We would like it to be Logan and Bruno right now. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But Bruno's effort, his aura, swagger, call it whatever you want, is there. It was just a matter of getting him into games, and he made some great saves. He played a great game, but that's what comes to my mind. You guys have been in these situations with me before. I'm not at a loss for words, but it's hard. It's hard. That's 3 of the last 6 games that I have to look in their face, or last 5, excuse me, and they gave everything they have, and we were on the wrong side of one more play, and that's very, very difficult. Again, you want to come at me, but leave the players alone because they're giving everything they have.
You talked earlier in the week about how important special teams is against North Dakota. What do you think about your special teams tonight?
I thought our penalty kill was pretty darn good. The one they scored wasn't the typical 17 or 9 coming down the right wing ripping wrist shots. You know, when you've got weapons like that and you've got a big body standing in front of it, I thought we did a good job. 1 for 4. Again, you guys don't, or 3 for 4, excuse me, and then 0 for 1. I thought we had some good looks on the power play. I wish we could have earned 1 or 2 more because I liked where the power play was. I really do. On our side of it, we'll come out on the wrong side of the special teams, but I'll look at that as we needed to earn more than just 1. I thought 3 for 4 on our kill was pretty darn good.
A tough loss tonight, but what kind of preparation goes into tomorrow? I mean, it's another big game against the
Well,
same team.
we've got 11 healthy forwards. So what kinds of preparation right now is going to come with rest, and they're going to have to take care of themselves and get rest. And then the X's and O's piece. I could tell you what it's going to be right now, which is it's always the Saturday morning. Break it down. We'll show the good. We'll show the bad. We'll make some adjustments. But it's right now. I think the most important thing is to rest, and mentally and physically, because again, the mental side of things has been difficult on these guys the last little bit. I hope somehow, some way, you create confidence. You know, by going nose to nose with these teams that we're going nose to nose with, at home, on the road. But they're young guys, and I know it's difficult for them. So right now we'll focus on mental and physical rest, and then we'll get into preparation mode tomorrow morning.
Can you walk us through the goal that you had in the first period and kind of how important it was to kind of get off to that good start?
Yeah, I mean, we had a pretty good start, and I think we were just moving pucks quick through the neutral, and the D made a great pass to Tanner, and he beat the D and kind of got in, and I was just trying to get up there to support him, and he made a great move going to the net, and I mean, I was just there. Like, that play was all him, but I was just there to tap it in. So
As that game wore on, giving up a goal late in the first period and then early on in the second period can be backbreaking. And able to battle back that second period, maybe the best 20 minutes that you guys have executed all season. What was the driver in that second period to be able to not only erase that 1 goal deficit, but take the 2 goal lead?
yeah, no, I think that was just our mindset going in into the second period during that first intermission. I mean, we just kind of were in the locker room and we're kind of just saying we believe and we got this, we're better than these guys, and I mean let's just go forecheck hard, take it to them, and then we got off to a good start and we kind of just didn't look back there. So I think that was the biggest thing.
Going up against a former teammate in person, you saw Big for a long time in the locker room. What kind of emotions does that bring forth when you get out there on the ice against him?
I mean, not too much, honestly. I mean, I think we just he kind of left us and we just wanted to take it to him. So I think that was the biggest thing. A little bit of revenge, I guess. Because he could be here, but he didn't want to. So I think that was the biggest thing. Kind of just take it to him and show him that he should have been left, I guess. So
obviously it's tough when you're down some people. You've got some injuries, some key injuries, and that's thrust players like yourself onto the ice a lot more ice time than maybe you would if you had the full contingent. What's that like, especially as that third period wears on, where you're basically out there double shifting all the time?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's tough that we're missing some key guys like Vito and Barbs, and I mean even Frankie's been out for battling injury for a lot of the season. But I mean, we just kind of have that mindset we're not worried about that. We're worried about the guys playing, and I mean we just do our role, do our part, everything we can do to help us give us a chance to win. So I think that's the biggest thing.
The way that one winds up, it's tough. So what do you do as a leader in the locker room to get guys ready to go again tomorrow? You got to go back out there. You saw what they had to offer, and you saw what you could do against them. What do you do to move forward tomorrow?
Yeah, I think, we just got to wipe it clean and focus on tomorrow. And I mean, you saw what we did out there today, and I mean, take away those parts, but I guess just not get too high, not get too low from that, and just wipe it clean and fresh start tomorrow, and let's go again. So